So good afternoon. My name is Dr. Kicheriot Rotich. I am a medical doctor and a trade unionist at KMPDU. Today, I want to take you through GMO products. I will be discussing it in 3 videos. One will be introduction and advantages of GMO products. Part 2 will be the disadvantages of GMO products and the concerns raised against GMO products. Part 3, I will be taking you through the political debate happening around GMO products. So welcome. So GMO products are a result of gene modification process where you select and insert a particular gene into either an animal, plant, or microorganism such as virus, bacteria. So when you do this to achieve a particular purpose, like for example in plants, you want to produce a plant that is tolerant to harsh and extreme weather conditions such as dry weather. So you produce a banana, for example, that is able to withstand drought and can be able to produce even with very little amount of water. It's also called genetic engineering or transgenic. So going to the history. So actually history of GMO started in late 1800s up to the 1940s. So Americans had started marrying different species of wheat to produce a wheat plant that could give them a very high yield. Then in the 1980s, 1990s, scientists now went in depth to produce more GMO foods that was aimed at solving the food crisis that was present then. So it was basically aimed at solving the food insecurity that was there, particularly in the 80s. So by 1990s, we had GMO products in the American food market. Namely, we've had soybeans, corn, cotton, canola, rice, bananas, fish, fruit and nuts, nut trees, and sugar canes and beets were present in the 90s. So the advantages of GMO products are, one, they're resistant to herbicides and insecticides. So when you spray the field with those crops, they're resistant to those particular pesticides and insecticides that are used to spray. Therefore, they don't scorch when you spray them with those chemicals. Number 2, they're resistant to plant diseases. Number 3, these food products are fortified with high nutrient content, particularly of some nutrients such as iron and vitamins. There are some special rice, GMO rice, that has very high content of iron and vitamins. There are also bananas that have been inoculated with a vaccine sort of against hepatitis B. So when you consume these bananas, you're protected against hepatitis B. They mature more quickly and they yield years earlier as compared to the organic foods. Like for example, you get avocados that can be harvested within a year after planting, unlike the many years you have to wait for the conventional organic avocado plants. There are also some special plants that can produce plastic, which is biodegradable. This is very progressive because we'll be able to solve the plastic menace. So the aquatic life and the threat of plastics will be gotten away with. Very good. So of course, GMO plants also yield highly as compared to the conventional ones. So ukipanda your 1 acre of maize, instead of harvesting 20 sacks, to harvest double that. So there's also increased shelf life of the same. Yeah, hence there's less worry of storing the food. So I'm sure you've seen oranges that you have in your supermarkets. When you cut them, when you even if you keep them in room temperature, they can stay fresh for up to even a week or even 2 weeks. Yeah, so they have those advantages, and I want to state to you that some of the products that we consume locally and we buy in the supermarkets and all that might actually be GMO products. But nevertheless, don't worry. Those are the advantages given. However, this has raised a lot of, questions. And with, of course, with new technology comes risks that are both known and unknown, controversies, discussions, particularly on the effect on human and environment. So I'll be discussing on those particular concerns raised in my next video. Thank you for your audience.